Welcome back to the first official podcast of VIHIGA Uncensored. Now, like I told you, today I am super excited, very much excited to be hosting one of the most amazing person I've ever come across in VIHIGA County. A teacher, a mentor, an artist, someone who is doing great in the world of arts, someone who is showing direction to little kids, youths, and people into the society. Now, this is a madam who last year, in the year 2023, she won at the regional awards in film. That is Drama and Film Festival. Currently in 2024, it's also happening, and she's also taking another team to the nationals in Embu. I believe she's someone we are going to learn a lot from, and we are going to experience more of this space of arts, this space of mentorship, this space of growth in youth. Mentorship. Madam, habari?
Nzuri sana.
Uko poa?
Yes.
Karibu sana kwenye podcast.
Yes.
You know, the time I knew you, it's been a great journey since tujuane, and just learning on the things that unafanya in the society and to the people, it's amazing. First of all, to my viewer, nataka tu, I don't know if I've done justice in your introduction, but I want you to look at that camera and make just a small introduction of yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is Beatrice. I'm a teacher at Walodea Comprehensive School, a teacher of film and performing arts. I love drama, I love art. It is something that has taken me places, and I enjoy doing that.
Wow, arts has taken me places. Kwa tu yule mtu anatazama is from VIHIGA County. He wants to understand the journey of arts, basically in VIHIGA County and the counties around. How has been your journey? How did you start the journey in arts?
Asante sana. From the very beginning, when I was a little child, I loved music and drama.
Did you practice zile za church?
Yes. In fact, from onset,
yes.
Nikiwa ECD, I started from there. Nilikuwa na kwa drama na kwa music festival in school. I participated in church, and I did crisscross even in churches. My mother was friends, but friends sababu hawakuwa na ile mchecheto sana. I will cross over to Salvation Army, cheza matari kidogo, I go up to PhD and do things there because I loved that kind of.
So you are this type of a person mwenye, because of talent, you are being poached. Unakuwa poached, unaenda ku this church, hii ingine kesho.
Hata ukiniona niko na matari sasa nacheza, somebody sports and say, "Ulisha nakuanga friends." Because of the love,
because of the love of arts,
yes,
and the love of mentoring people in arts.
Yes,
your journey in mentoring people in arts has been amazing. Watching the film that you did last year, that won actually at the regionals with the little primary school kids, it was amazing. What inspires you now to join the other side of arts, that is film? Because I understand on stage you're also powerful.
I have won on stage. In fact, at one point we won at the nationals. We brought the very many trophies. In 2018, we were the best solo verse that time.
That is with Walodea.
With Walodea Primary. We had the Ice Cold Cake that brought over 11 trophies. And that is the time it was a turning over for the Walodea family. And from that time, we have looked at the stage items, tumefanya mambo hapo stage. But when we were introduced to film, and my learners really loved film. Being on set, being in front of the camera was something they may have been desiring, but they didn't have an opportunity. So wakati niliwaweka hapo, and they can be able to view themselves later away from the stage. It was amazing for the families, for the community ya Walodea, wakaipenda sana. Yes.
My question was, how was the reception of the community after they understood? It is awkward kwa sababu these things watu wamezoea kuzifanya ni zile tunaonanga kwa TV. Basically huku ni kwetu, it is awkward kuona mtoto wako akikuwa kwa TV. Unlike tumezoea wale watoto wadogo wa Nairobi ndio wanakuanga kwa TV. But now as a producer, you are producing for these small kids and you're taking them on screen and they can go and participate in very competitive competition like drama festival and they become number one. What is the reception of the community in Walodea?
Initially they didn't want it. Everybody was like, mimi ni kwa TV. They looked like sisi huku we can't be on the TV. But after mentoring them and talking to them and telling them it's possible, Nikaambia, you give me your children. And funny enough, I incorporated even the community.
Yes.
We go out there and we want mama. Na mama ako hapo. We put them, and after that, akishamaliza tukimonyesha clip, uweke kwa screen, na anaona, oh, kumbe this is possible. Na ika change their life, how they were viewing it. And they are now very, very cooperative. They're now seeing the bigger picture.
They're seeing the bigger picture of what we're doing out here,
yes,
specifically in the world of content creation. Now, what you're doing is basically being practiced largely with the people outside, and that's what I'm telling our viewers, is that we're trying to decentralize what is happening out there and bringing it here back at home.
Yeah.
Because mostly unapata watu huko nje, we're used of seeing things being done by the big schools, but not this private public primary school at home. I mean, how is the monetary value of it? Are you doing it looking at the monetary value of it so that you're going to get money, or this is just a passion that is in you to mentor children?
We have never looked at money, because when you go looking for money, then it will not even come. It is out of passion for the teacher, for the mentor, and also for the learner. Our learners want to be out there exploiting their talent. You know, when you talk to them, they have seen Machachari, how they started, and they are going out there and doing things. And I think because maybe we are a local and we don't know if it is earning or not, but the passion in us just drives us to the TV.
Wow.
Yes.
I like when you say the passion in us, because I'm looking at the term monetization. Monetization is when we are going to get money out of it, and with talent and specifically arts, there is just a pool of money that is going to come, even if it's today or tomorrow. So basically, if you have that zeal, yenyewe tu itakam. That's what you're trying to make.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because when you are in it already, the money will come. But if you go for money first, it might not materialize.
Wow. Congratulations. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
You talked about stage items. You talked about... I just want you to go back and tell us, how was your feeling in winning at the Nationals on stage item?
You know, I didn't see it coming.
Yes.
I had a girl by the name Peace Hazel, and this girl was a stammerer, a serious stammerer. And she just comes from around Walodea, but I saw potential in this girl, and I started working on her. We cried together, we laughed together, we went all the steps together. And every step, after you finish the counties, you finish the regionals, you go through the comments and you work on them. And the girl was positive. So when she went to the national stage, in fact, I remember that time we reached in Nairobi very late. When we went to look at the costume, it was all done. Dirty, the glue that was supposed to do something else is all over the clothing. And maybe it was a plus for us, we didn't know. So the girl just put it on and satatu at the stage. After Metoa hiyo verse, everybody was like, my goodness. And we thank God. When the awards started coming, best script verse, best this, best that, and the winning verse. Awesome. Awesome. That is what, in fact, it made what have been. Talk about Walodea. In the art world, they will say, tunajua Walodea. They don't know where it is, but they know Walodea.
But the name
Walodea.
The name is great.
Yes.
Wow. In the journey of arts, basically in this side of the country, we live in the marginalized, we can call it artistic marginalized areas of the country. What has been some of the challenges you may exhibit as you transition from theater, being the best in theater, and then decided to transition to film? How has been the journey in that transition? What are some of the challenges you may exhibit?
One of the major challenges is lack of exposure. Our learners and our community are not well versed in the film industry. They don't understand what film is all about. And another thing is lack of money. You know, sometimes film needs some money. When you want, because you might not have the good cameras in school, you may not have the drone, so you will look for experts to come in. When an expert comes, needs something to give, it becomes a challenge, a big challenge. When you go back to the community, that they don't understand what you are doing, it is quite a challenge. I
really relate to you when you say people don't understand what you're doing, because in film, it needs experts and people who literally understand. One of the biggest thing I tend to understand when it comes to film and production is that maybe there is lack of experts in this side, but it's not that our experts are wako. We have a problem where if we have an expert here, this is now one of the things that you mean, if we have an expert huku nyumbani, they all tend to go to Nairobi, they all tend to go to Kisumu. I mean, why is it that these people cannot do this here, but they want to go to the cities and do it?
Simple. When I call a child of the soil and tell this boy, come and shoot for me, at the end of the day I want to tell him, mtoto wangu tafadhali, nielewe sina kitu, alafu Mungu atakubariki. And when this boy looks at it, Mungu atanibariki aje, then
they go for greener pastures. So in short, us who are living in this side of the country, we need to understand that this is a skill.
Yes.
And all the skills need to be paid for.
Yes.
And they should be appreciated for. I think you're the first person who is appreciating this. I've ever done some work for a church and is actually working for the church. So I love that, the fact that you have this mind to appreciate arts, and you have this feeling ya kwamba arts needs to be appreciated.
True.
How is the future of arts specifically in Vihiga County in the environment? What is the future? What can you see in the future of arts, film and theater?
The future is brighter in future, but now I don't know whom to go to, but if we can organize trainings for the filmmakers and also for those who are aspiring to be filmmakers in schools, if there is a training for those who really want a club, then somebody from out comes and trains these learners. They are on the camera, they know being on set, just like that. So you will find the thing rolling and growing.
So in short, is the knowledge base. We create master classes. We create engagements with the
from the grassroots.
From the grassroots. Has the county government come in to do that?
Okay, there's a time the county brought some training for filmmakers.
Yes.
I attended the training. I have a certificate. But now to the smaller groups, the learner, I've not seen them come down. But if they can, for those who trained, if they can send us back to the grassroots, then we look for smaller groups even in schools, so that we start from there.
So, it can go the idea is you who have been impacted through the training that the county government has happened should now be used to go and train other peoples out there in the county, so that we can create a bigger community in film.
Yes.
Are you looking at creating a big feature film for yourself in the next future?
Yes. Yes.
How about that?
What I'm doing now is looking for manpower, looking for people who have skills, the learners who are also growing and loving film. And in future, we're going to make something that will shock the world.
Do we have corporates in VIHIGA that are willing to partner with the people in arts?
I've not gone there. Maybe if I start.
So it's a niche that needs to be checked on.
Yes.
Where corporates come in to partner with people, partner with you people at school, so that they can impact students.
Yes.
Wow, that is so great. I'm greatly amazed by what you're doing in the society.
Thank you.
What you're doing to the learners, what you're doing to the whole community. One question, how did your head teacher receive this information when you first told him or her that you're going to do a film?
She didn't object. Neither did she agree so much. She was asking me, what is film? How do you do it? And I told her, I'll bring an expert and we'll be on set. So you will start from knowing it when you are already there. And when the expert came and she was there after on a clip, she was like, oh, so this is what we do. Then I'm in. Yeah. Kaende.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kaende is where we are stopping at this time. Who we have been talking to is one of the greatest filmmakers around VIHIGA County. Someone who is going to change the whole space of film in VIHIGA County and the story telling a culture of VIHIGA County. What you're doing here at VIHIGA Uncensored, it's telling the stories of VIHIGA. It is celebrating the people of VIHIGA. It is telling you that, you know what, we have something happening at home, and that thing needs you and me to come in so that we can change the whole space of VIHIGA. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you.
Hii ni VIHIGA Uncensored. VIHIGA Uncensored is where we share stories of VIHIGA County and the whole Western region. We want to appreciate people in the Western region when you wanafanya so great in this field. So thank you so much for coming through. I know we are going to have so many of these instances. So I know we are going to have a lot of these instances talking to you. And so as you go to explore more, create more content for us, create more content for the viewers in Kenya, even those who are outside. At the end of the day, tutakuwa tuko fiti. I believe wherever you're watching from, you will subscribe to this channel so that we create a community of people in VIHIGA County who are changing this space. My name is Isaac Edmond. See you.